この戦いには絶対に勝つ。
Hi, I'm Perfect Legend, and I'll be teaching you some of Dead or Alive's advanced techniques starting with the Korean backdash. A Korean backdash is a special technique which is used to cover a wide range of space quickly. It is done by pressing down, down, back repeatedly. When you compare it with a normal backdash, a Korean backdash is much quicker, making it a very effective tool for spacing and getting out of trouble. When both characters have the same foot forward, they are in a closed stance. But when both characters have the opposite foot forward, they are in open stance. Another way of visualizing this is by looking at where the characters are facing. If they are facing the opposite direction, meaning they are facing each other, then they are in closed stance. But if they are facing the same direction where both of them are either facing the foreground or the background, then they are in an open stance. Knowing which stance you are in can be very important for some characters because some moves can only be changed together when you are in the correct stance. Also, the stance which you are in can determine which type of stun you might get, especially when trying to set up a limbo stun for a guaranteed follow-up. Stand guard protects you from mid-strikes, however it is vulnerable to stand throws. On the other hand, crouch guarding protects from stand throws, but is vulnerable to mid-strikes. Fuzzy guarding is a technique which is used to avoid both standing throws and mid-strikes at the same time. You can do this by pressing down forward H at the correct moment. Fuzzy guarding is a very useful defensive technique which can be used to minimize guessing, as it also causes high strikes to whiff as well. Free canceling is the ability to break a string at any point and enter another strike or string instead, without having to worry about the string buffering time. Free canceling is done by simply pressing H at the point which you want to break your string. Because the game allows buffering string commands before they're out, pressing H at the point you wish to break the string will allow you to enter any follow-up string or strike without worrying about inputting the follow-up to the original string. Let's take Hayabusa's PPPP string for example, and let's try to cancel it with up K for a launch. When breaking the string from the first P, if you press P up K, you'll get PK instead, which is not the desired input. But if you press PH, then up K, you will get the first P of the string and then up K after. The same rule applies when you want to break the string for the second P. If you press PP up K, you will get PPK instead, which is not the desired input. But if you press PPH, then up K, you'll get the PP of the string and the up K after. And finally, when you want to break the string from the third P, if you press PPP up K, you'll get PPPK, which is not the desired input. But if you press PPPH, then up K, you'll get the PPP of the string and up K after. Of course, you can stop the string input, wait for the string buffering time to pass, then press the follow-up, but this can put you at risk of an execution error. In addition, buffering the string and the free cancel H allows the follow-up to come out at the exact frame the last hit of the broken string recovers. This can be vital for setting up frame traps or combos. There are many uses for free canceling. You can use to bait out a wrong hold from the opponent when they expect the follow-up of the string you're doing rather than an entirely different move. You can also use to extend the stun state you put your opponent in. And finally, it can be used in extending air juggles. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, favorite, and subscribe, and click here for another tutorial. Where's the thumbs up, man? So, okay. Free canceling is done by simply pressing. Crap. I'll get over it. Wait, hold on. Okay. Do you want me to read this parentheses part? Another way of visualizing this is by looking at where the characters are facing. If they are facing the opposite direction, meaning that they're facing each other. What?
Sorry. Facing each other just once. I typed it twice. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Sorry.
Man, I was like,
sorry
what?
about that.
When they're facing each other, I was like, what?
No, it's just
okay.
It's just one. Take one out.
Alright. Okay. But if they are facing the same direction where both of them are either facing the foreground or the background, then they are in clopen. They're in clopen stance. Okay.